Hello everyone, my name is Namrata Mishra and this video is on Advanced Java which I have made under the guidance of my professor Dr. Nitin Nagar sir. Topics are handling HTTP GET request, handling HTTP POST request, redirecting requests to other resources. HTTP request. The request sent by the computer to a web server contains all sorts of potentially interesting information. It is known as HTTP request. The HTTP client sends the request to the server in the form of request message which includes following information: the request line, the analysis of source IP address, proxy and port, the analysis of destination IP address, protocol, port and host, the requested URI, the request method and content, the user agent header, the connection control header, and the cache control header. Here is a diagrammatically representation which we studied earlier of HTTP request. The HTTP request method indicates the method to be performed on the resource identified by the requested URI. This method is case sensitive and should be used in uppercase. The HTTP request methods are GET, POST, HEAD, TRACE, PUT, DELETE options. GET. Ask to get the resource at the requested URL. POST. Ask the server to accept the body information attached. It is like GET request with extra information sent with the request. Head. Ask for only the header part of whatever a GET would return, just like GET but with no body. Trace. Ask for the loopback of the request message for testing or troubleshooting. Put says to put the enclosed information at the requested URL. Delete says to delete the resource at the requested URL. Options. Ask for a list of the HTTP methods to which the thing at the request URL can respond. Here is an example for servlet for handling HTTP GET request. The corresponding HTML code for this servlet is as follows. When we hit enter button to submit, the code will be shown. GET versus POST. In case of GET request, only limited amount of data can be sent because data is sent in header. In case of POST request, large amount of data can be sent because data is sent in body. GET request is not secured because data is exposed in URL bar. POST request is secured because data is not exposed in URL bar. GET request can be bookmarked. POST request cannot be bookmarked. GET request is idempotent. It means second request will be ignored until response of first request is delivered. POST request is non-idempotent. GET request is more efficient and used more than POST. POST request is less efficient and used less than GET. Anatomy of GET request. The query string is sent inside the URL of a GET request is shown below. Some other features of GET request are: it remains in the browser history, it can be bookmarked, it can be cached, it have length restrictions, it should never be used when dealing with sensitive data, it should only be used for retrieving the data. Anatomy of POST request. The query string is sent in HTTP message body for a POST request is shown below. Some other features of POST request are: this request cannot be bookmarked, this request have no restrictions on length of data, these requests are never cached, these requests do not retain in the browser history. Servlet for handling HTTP POST request example. The corresponding HTML code for this servlet is as follows. Page redirection is a technique where the client is sent to a new location other than requested. Page redirection is generally used when a document moves to a new location or maybe because of load balancing. The simplest way of redirecting a request to another page is using method sendDirect of response object. Following is the signature of this method. This method sends back the response to the browser along with the status code and new page location. You can also use setStatus and setHeader methods together to achieve the same. This example shows how a servlet performs page redirection to another location. Then we will compile servlet and create following entries in web.xml. Thank you all for watching my video.